Good morning, sir. Are you Mitchell Salmon?
Yes, sir.
And we've met. I just needed to identify you for the record. You got charged with assault and battery. That's alleged that you punched Brody Jack Johnson. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Prosecutors agreed to dismiss that charge for a plea to disturbing the peace. Disturbing the peace is a misdemeanor. It's an old-fashioned general one, 90 days and or $100. I guess that's it. Doesn't carry a firearm restriction. Disturbing the peace doesn't matter who was right or wrong or who started it. Was there a quarrel, argument, or disturbance in a public place? Mr. Salmon, are you going to plead to that charge?
No, Your Honor, he's not.
Oh, he's
We're
not.
asking
I
for last
misunderstood
retrial.
this also. Oh, I'm disappointed. Frankly, I was surprised they made an offer to disturbing the peace. Okay, we'll settle last pretrial. I misunderstood, Mr. Salmon. I thought you were going to get this matter over with. Yeah, $200 fine and time served, but you do have a right to have a trial on this if you wish. You already owe me money on the earlier assault and battery of $300 by December 1st.
I'm gonna make a payment today, Your Honor.
All right. I can just put you in jail for 5 days and wipe out the $300.
I'll pay it.
All right, please do. You rejected the plea offer, which is your right. You don't need 2 assault batteries on your record. I want you to go out there and make a payment on that other case. It was actually supposed to be paid a few days ago. Even if you don't pay the whole thing, I want you to pay something on it.
Yes, sir.
And we'll set this for final pretrial on a Thursday or other day that works for your lawyer. It might not be until January. Are you still at the West Street address?
Yes, sir.
All right. The reason I want to talk to everybody, even the ones that we don't resolve, is to talk about whether they're still at the same address, whether they're violating any of the bond conditions, and whether they owe me money. And a lot of people owe me money, but I thought I had this matter resolved, and I guess I didn't. All right, Mr. Solomon, you're good to go.
You're all set.
Let's see if I better look more carefully.
The only plea is Corey Miller. The other two, Eberly and Conanen, are.
All right, let's talk to Sean Conanen.
Sure.
I didn't figure this one was going to be resolved, but I was hopeful. This is People versus Sean Lee Conanen. You're charged with Three Rivers ordinance violation of disorderly person. There was a video. I think people were going to take a look at that. You pled that not guilty and were quite adamant in your position. You wish to continue that plea of not guilty? You have to speak your answer. All right. Disturbing the peace under Three Rivers ordinance is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail. This is called disorderly person. I think under ordinance, it's 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. All right, maybe we'll have a bunch of trials for disturbing the peace, but I don't think the city was willing to budge, and neither were you. Just as a point of information, the normal fine and cost for this is $100 plus costs. It does carry a potential jail sentence, but that doesn't have very much. Are you still at the Patterson Road address in Constantine? All right, you're free to go. Same thing, we'll set a Thursday pre-trial on a date that works for your lawyer, which hopefully will be a Thursday. Brooke Eberly. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is file number 242235 ST. And 251420 ST. You got 2 charges of disorder or driving suspended. Driving suspended is a very common, maybe most common offense. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries 2 points on your driver's license and requires that your license be suspended. You got 2 of these. You got one in December of 2024. Then you missed several dates and they finally caught back up with you. And then you got another one in July of 2025. You have $1,129 of unpaid fines and costs. One of them is a previous driving suspended that was reduced to allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code. And then you've got several other plate and insurance cases that looks like they got defaulted. So $1,129. The plea offer sheet from the prosecutor, I think these are both under state statute, says the offer was to plead one and dismiss one. At this point, she's not willing to do that.
Your Honor, the offer was a plea to allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code. If she had had her license reinstated, she's working on getting her license reinstated. We're asking that this get set for last pretrial to allow her time to do that. If
Well,
at the time of last pretrial.
One thing she could also do is pay her last fine for when she got a break like this. They reduced, allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code carries no points, and it doesn't get abstract to your driver's license. So it will allow you to try to get your license. So you haven't paid the fine from the last one, plus the insurance and registration stuff has to do with not having any money. So you get a driving suspended, then you don't show up for court, then you get another driving suspended, and you don't pay the fines. That's not a very good posture to be in when you come in for sentencing. Are you still at the Ash Road address?
Correct.
How'd you get here today?
My mom.
All right, don't drive anymore to
No.
make it worse
No,
between
no.
now and then. All right, we'll have a bunch of final pretrials on a Thursday. You're good to go. Well, just before you do go, what are you actually doing to try to get your license back?
I had to request an administrative review of my driver's license to figure out why they even got suspended in the first place. So, and then I have to go to where the root cause of it is. And from my understanding, it's because of a automatic renewal for a registration that I didn't have any for a car that I didn't have no more. So I had to request.
Let's take a look. In the old days, they used to suspend you for unpaid tickets, like these no proof of insurance and no registration. They would suspend that for what's called FCJ, failing to comply with judgment. They don't do that like they used to, although frankly, I agree with it. If you get a ticket and you don't pay it, I don't mind the fact that you get suspended. But you were already suspended before that started.
Yeah, it was in 2020. It was, I was set up for an automatic payment plan for my registration, and COVID hit. They repossessed my car, so I no longer had the car. And in October, when they tried to push that payment through, there was no money in the account, and it came back as a bounce check.
You're on what I call the driving suspended merry-go-round, and it's very hard to get off of it. And this isn't in my queue, Matt. Luke. Let's see what I can tell you. So have they scheduled it? Is this imminent or is this something they're going to do in July?
No, she told me they would get back with me within 7 to 14 days after they reviewed everything.
All right, when was that?
That was it was Tuesday when I talked to them.
All right. Well, this will probably not be until after the first of the year. Boy, there's a lot of stuff on here. 3-5. Let's see if I can give you any insight. Shows that you are suspended. You have these 2 unpaid no insurance tickets, one from March of 23 and one from July of 23. You have a driving without a license. According to this, you bounced a check.
That was the auto renewal online,
Okay.
correct? Yep. That's what
Actually,
started the sole suspension.
there's not that much baggage on here.
Right.
Just these. Now they aren't going to say, okay, great, we're going to give you your license back. And you've got all these unpaid tickets. So some of this involves money.
Okay.
You've got a number of unpaid tickets. They don't no longer suspend you for it, but they won't give it back either. So plus you've got the one that's the misdemeanor, which you could go to jail for. I'm going to give you something that shows all the tickets that you have.
Okay.
Now, some of these, I think you got a ticket and then just didn't answer it. So those just get defaulted on a civil infraction. You didn't have a trial, you didn't get found guilty, you just didn't show up. And so that happened twice in the year of 23. So if you get another driving suspended, it's going to undo your ability to get your license for a while. But you really don't have that much bad stuff on here.
Okay.
Just some unpaid tickets and some other old stuff. All right. There's what your tickets are.
Thank you very much.
And district court clerk is right at the end of that. Okay. And we'll be in touch. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. We've yet to do a plea today. One day earlier this fall, we did 28. I'm going to put you in the breakout room with Ms. Harden and her client, and then we'll see where we go from there. Thank you for being here early on this cold Friday morning.
No worries.
All right. We will next address the matter of People versus Alondra Vasquez. That's you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And we just talked yesterday by Zoom, and your lawyer zoomed in. We knew the matter was set for this morning. You're charged with domestic assault. That is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Does the prosecutor have no objection to the deferral in this case?
Prosecutor's unwilling to make an offer in this case. We're just asking it to be set for final pretrial jury.
There is no offer. Okay, I misunderstood. Mr. Kuhn is here once again, and we addressed the bond issue in this case yesterday. I let the defendant out of custody. She's here. She's dressed nicely. She's with her mother, and she got a warm place to stay. So those are all pluses. Ms. Vasquez. I don't think you owe me any money. Now, the problem here is the no contact provision is still in effect. And the prosecutor is unwilling to make any sort of plea offer. Mr. Kuhn has a view of this, and I think he wishes the whole thing would go away. But it's up to the county prosecutor. So I'm more comfortable now having let you out of custody. But you guys need to stay away from each other until this matter is resolved. And I don't want you both freezing to death in the back of a Yukon someplace or Suburban. So you stay in contact with your lawyer. We'll set a pretrial on a Thursday afternoon on a date that works for your attorney. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.